battle of AFL alumni. It's the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around and hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, you want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back on their chairs, sitting on their hands. The more energy you give them, the more noise, it does make it a little less efficient to operate, especially on offense. So come out fast, come out furious, and see if you can take this crowd out right from the jump.
We are about set for some football, and it's Joey Sly to kick things off. And off we go from Buffalo. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
I think in today's modern NFL, if you had the ability to create a quarterback and all the qualities that come along with it, Josh Allen's at or near the top of the list. And what I mean by that, Mike, is he's big, he's mobile, he can run to escape, but he can also run as a designed option. And then, of course, in the passing game, he can make every throw. He's smart. He elevates those around him. The last piece of the puzzle, can he get over the hump and have that postseason success to really put him in that upper echelon category? Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
Open man, that's Amari Cooper. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
Throwing now, Allen here on first down. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Allen to throw. That's into the hands of Coleman. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Allen on 3rd down. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he's going to have the Bills' first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Allen going to give it to Cook. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On 2nd down, Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Hold it. Offense.
A run with Cook, and he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. The tight end Kincaid in motion. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. In motion, Shakir. On 3rd down, it's Allen. Taking off, he'll try. He is in. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
We are through one. The Bills with the early advantage. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. From out of the gun, here's May. Taking off.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll run, and this is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. Will set up the screen for Gibson. On the move past the 40. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 30 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
To throw on 1st down is May. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
May to throw again. Has completed to Douglas. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. It's the tight end Henry in motion. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short, put him down at the 1. On 3rd and a yard, here's May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Sly's kick is good. And the Pats are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get going with their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 33-yard line. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Cooper going in motion. On play action, Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
On first down, it's Allen. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner out. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Allen. That's complete to Coleman. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing again, it's Allen.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills extend their advantage to 14-3. Final 9 seconds of this half. And the kick is away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. First and 10. Now, May. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a solid first half of football by the great quarterback, Josh Allen. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Gibson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with first and 10. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll try to run for this. It's Stevenson. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1. May going to look to throw. Open man there. It is Bourne. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, New England.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw again is May. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
The motion man here is Bourne. Throwing on 3rd down is May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the first carry for Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone at the 21. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. second down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's May. He's found his receiver, Butte. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and Keon Coleman set to get back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's over the middle, taken in by Cooper. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Cooper going in motion. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball is put right on the money for a big pickup.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Slot receiver, headed right. One more time going up top with Allen.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Allen going to throw again. That is caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Buffalo. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Extra point try by Bass. He's got it. And the Bills extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, here comes Gibson. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. From out of the gun, here's May. He's got his big tight end, Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
May to throw on second down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
From the gun, on third down, it's May. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing is May. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Off the play fake, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Open man, left side, he's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. May to throw again.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
This one complete to Bourne. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They'll go play action with May. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. And he will score. Game on. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, New England. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
Next, the score, Bills 21, Patriots 13.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Johnson now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So, Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he gets this up past the 40-yard line. Once again, it's Cook. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
On fourth down, the Bills send out the veteran Sam Martin to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Patriots offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The throw on the run is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On 2nd down, it's May. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
The Buffalo crowd being heard before 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down. Is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. Now he'll air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win for Buffalo. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game, and they send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.